Welcome to the Clopen Effect, a funny retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
Yay. In there?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I don't know what happened.
Are you eating dinner?
I eat dinner at around 4 or 5. Well, as soon as I'm done working, I eat dinner.
Yeah.
Because if I run the next morning,
right,
I want a light stomach.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But in the middle, like, hi everybody.
Hi.
Like last night, if you haven't heard it yet, head over to Anxiety Makes Me Poop, called "It's You, Not Me," and Cass is there, and we just had a great time. Go over there; it's so great.
Funny.
That podcast is unbelievable. It's just like we have so many listeners. Everyone's like, let me listen to all the shit that you got going on. They especially like when you're here. That's for sure. Our numbers go bloop.
I just show up and try to be funny.
We're just talking about how I just sometimes don't sleep. And we have another friend that did the same thing. Yeah. Like 8 to 11, then was up all night long.
That's terrible.
Last night I fell asleep around 9 and I was out. It was one of those sleeps where you fall asleep and you wake up and you go, oh, it's got to be the next morning. I was waiting for the birds.
Yes.
And there was no birds. I'm like, what the heck time is it? So I go to the bathroom and I hit my watch and it said midnight.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? That was only 3 hours?
When I do that.
And then I did not fall back to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, man, was that the worst. But then we were talking about sometimes when that happens, you get so hungry.
Yeah.
It's like your body's up and
ready to go.
Yeah. So I had to have a banana. I always have applesauces, you know, so I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah. The hell's
so
wrong
weird.
with us? I don't generally do that, but there is times, especially in the summer months, I've noticed.
Oh.
Because winter, it's dark out at 4, right?
Yeah.
In the Midwest here. And then in the summer, it's like sunset at 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's so hard for me to go to sleep. Mm-hmm. So then it's like I stay up later and later. And I'm getting up early.
Yeah.
And then by Friday, I'm just like, I am done.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll fall asleep after work and then I'm screwed. Then I can't
the
go to
whole
bed.
Night.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'll fall asleep maybe till 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm fucked. You know, like.
Do you have a day every week where you're just exhausted? Like you just have to do
I think
nothing?
It's Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday?
Okay, because we were recording on Tuesday, right?
We were.
Because we used to do it on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And then you were starting to take the train into the city on Wednesdays. So we said, let's do it on Tuesday. It's like Monday, I'm refreshed from the weekend.
Yeah.
I usually do minimal on Sunday. You know, I might do a little chores or laundry or something. But I pretty much like rest day. Mm-hmm. And Tuesday I wake up and I'm just like, is it Monday again?
Man.
It's the worst. And then Wednesday I'm okay. Thursday, it's like I'm stretching, and Friday, I'm beat after work. But I know I don't have to work the next day, and I can sleep in as long as I want to. So it's like I'm gonna have some cocktails, and we're gonna stay up late. I'm usually still in bed by like 9. You know?
Yeah. But the difference is, I think, because you get up at 3:30, if you sleep until 5 or 6, that's 2 or 3 more hours.
Right.
That's waking up natural for you.
Yeah.
Your body's probably so happy for those extra few hours.
The only days I've been getting up at 3 is if I have to go to the city because I got to leave my house by 4:30. Otherwise, I'm sitting in traffic for an hour additional, and it's terrible, especially with all the construction. If you know, you know. So, like any other day, I wait till 4 to get up, and that has really helped me, I think, because I've been at this job now. It'll be 6 years in August, which flew, right?
Yeah, wow.
Holy smokes.
Jeez.
And I was getting up at 3 religiously, but I was also working very far away.
You were for
I was
a while.
always in the city, or I was going like all the way up to Milwaukee, you know, which where we live, it's an hour.
Either way.
But then add traffic. Wisconsin wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
That was, traffic's a little bit better. But, now I'm a little more local, so I don't have to get up at 3 a.m. And it's,
it's nice.
About the last year, I think, I only get up at 3 a.m. if I have to go to the city. So that's nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So I'm real up and down.
Yeah.
So I get real thrown off early or late, or I feel like even if I started a store at 6:30, I feel like I'm starting late.
Yeah.
You know, especially if it's a close one. And then I'm all thrown off if I have to get up at 3:30 because my body's not used to it or whatever. So I'm always like up and down. But, work gets done. It's fine. So.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about our second home, which is our cars.
Yeah.
We always talk about it, different driving and all that, but I don't know that we've ever talked about the average time spent going through drive-thrus, sitting at red lights. And the reason why I thought about this.
Red lights. Oh.
Did you see my snap yesterday?
Yes.
They have a one lane where, how do I describe this? It's only one lane and it's timed by a red light.
Yes. So
on
they
each
have
side.
basically a manless signer, whatever,
Yes, right.
So it tells you to stop, and then it says slow, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's nobody standing there. It's just like this little thing they got blocking the lane in between where they're working. So, yeah.
Yep.
It's portable.
And for
some
reason, I had to be up north on time.
Yeah.
And the light was on a 10 minute.
Oh, my God.
Not to be dramatic. 10-minute rotation.
No, 10 minutes is a long time.
And there was a lot of cars.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the time and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And so there is another road to go around, but I figured, okay, I'm the third car here. By the time I go back around, it's probably going to be the same time.
Right.
And I tried today and it was green. So it's kind of like
that's
roulette,
nice. Yeah.
right? Or
right.
luck of the draw. You don't know
what
if you're going to
get.
Yeah. So the average American spends about how many hours a year sitting at red lights? Now, it's not super dramatic. It's not like our billions, millions, or whatever.
Right.
We're talking hours. But
I'm going to say...
And we might be a little above average.
Yeah,
I'm going to say we'll probably double this.
Yeah. I'm going to say 3 hours.
58.6.
No.
58.6.
I'm like, hours is a lot, but I mean, you get stuck at those lights sometimes.
I know.
They're doing construction.
Yep.
Some of them haven't been upgraded to sensors, so you just got to wait.
I mean,
yeah, sick.
Not for nothing, but
sick.
Sometimes I just go because there's nobody around.
Right.
But we know it's a 10-minute light because nobody's around. But
so you think we're double that?
I think we're probably
double that.
we're
like 120 hours
a
year?
So think about some of the city stores that have every single block. And if you time it wrong, you hit the red light at every block and then you got to get new brakes by the time you get to the store.
Yeah. You know what really irks me about the city, and I saw somebody comment on a TikTok about it recently, is that so many places in the city have left-hand turn lanes but no arrows.
Oh, right.
At the lights.
Right.
And you're lucky if you get 1 or 2 cars through there.
Yep.
And it just stops up traffic for so long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is why you leave so early.
Correct.
Because you don't have traffic.
Correct. And I can just blow through those red lights because I'm like, ain't nobody around.
Yeah.
Chicago police have way better things to worry about than me going
or
through.
Not. I don't know how much they do, but. And they have all the cameras up, so they're like, we'll get you somehow. Yeah. Let's see. So a commuter traffic.
Okay. Yep.
So a lot of us live close to where we work. But what is the average time there and back that someone would commute to work?
So a commute for there and back.
Yeah, just a day. Now again, we're way above average,
right?
Because we go everywhere.
I'm gonna say for an average person, I'm gonna say between. Well, a lot of people commute to the city though too. I'm going to say an hour and a half.
So 55 minutes.
Okay.
So you
know what? I was going to say 45 to 55
You were. I was
minutes.
like, do it. I didn't want to give it away. You went for like, yes, she's right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says that's about 9 days a year in traffic, hanging out back and forth.
9 days.
9.
And we at least double that.
Yeah.
At least.
And
I'm an hour there and back.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
I have one store that it takes me less than a half hour to get to. Every other store takes me at least an hour.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
we have one that I have to go to next week, and even in good traffic, it's 140, 145.
I spend 10 hours a week
driving.
Minimum.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably closer to 15. I'm going to say probably 15 hours a week.
And then construction now on some of the roads where they go down to 1 right now.
Yeah.
Construction zones. Can we
Roads
talk about
closed.
trains? Tell everyone about trains.
Well, you were like the train queen for so long, and they still find you.
Wow. I mean, it's a joke on my Snapchat. If anyone is on my Snapchat, that's all you see.
And it's one thing if you're like commuting down the tracks. You know what I mean? And you get the metro trains.
Yeah.
But like the stupid slow trains. Oh.
So around us, we have a lot of cargo trains.
People just put their car in park and like take a nap.
Yes.
Waiting for them to go by.
I know I've told this story before, but it was probably a couple years ago already. Yeah. I remember early morning. It was when we were working together, and I was doing a bunch of resets in Delhi.
Yeah.
And we were getting up really early, hitting 3 stores a day. They were 12, 15-hour days, depending on going home. And I was exhausted. It was like a Thursday, maybe morning. And I'm looking down at my phone, and I'm waiting for one of these trains, and there's a big Suburban in front of me, and I think I fell asleep, and I rolled into him.
Oh, yeah. I do
it was just
one story.
Yeah. And I rolled into him, and I went, and I was like, awake, and I jumped out, and I was like, are you okay? I mean, I couldn't stop.
And he's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he was like, he put his hand up, he was like, you're fine. Like, go back in your car. I bet he saw me falling asleep. But it was super early. I'm like, why is a train even out that early?
Snapchatting you, like, check out this bitch behind me is falling asleep. Boom.
Boom. Yeah, it was. But when you're sleeping, that was
That's
crazy.
Awful. There's been times, I know I've talked about, I slept my legs.
Driving
home.
Good.
Just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I could just, sitting at the stoplight, like, I could just close them for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I swear this person in front of me, like we were all waiting for the green arrow, like you were talking about, green arrow. And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, this person isn't going. And their head was kind of down. I don't even think they were on their phone. I'm wondering if they were kind of like
sleeping.
So I beeped. And they just kind of sat there, and then my car has a nice little beep beep now.
Yeah.
My other car didn't. It was like, it was like,
that's
sorry.
my car.
Yeah. So now I can kind of lightly hit it.
Yeah.
So I did it, and they didn't move, and I'm like, everyone's going past us. I'm like, are they sleeping? And then I did it again, and you could see them jump up. But I don't even think they had anything in their hand because I don't know, but
they were sleeping.
Oh, they were sleeping
or nodding
off.
Yeah.
So drive-throughs. What do you think?
You know, I am a sucker for a drive-through.
What do you think the average wait time is in every drive-through?
Oh, what does corporate want it to be, or what is it actually?
Well, when you're sitting there being the customer, what's the wait time?
Well,
yeah, because they have the time. Is that what you're talking about? They have the time or something?
Yeah, you know, and they'll be like, oh, can you just pull over there and we'll bring it out to you?
So that they can fast forward it.
Check it through. Yeah, like, oh, yeah, they already got their food. I'm going to say the average wait time in a drive-through is 4 minutes.
Oh, so close. 6.
Dang.
6 minutes.
Say 5.
So
but
close.
I feel like 5 is like, I would be getting upset at 5. Unless it was like Culver's where I know they're making it fresh. I'm like this, where they're making it fresh.
Wiggle her
my fingers. Because Culver's is like always fresh.
So I'm a Starbucks person.
Yeah.
And I feel like I definitely wait a long time.
Really?
Yeah. And it says that if you do that 3 or 4 times a week, which I do, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's like 24 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot.
That's
a half an hour a week.
It's your lunch hour.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
That's 20 hours a year waiting.
That is gross.
For caffeine, fries, Culver's. 20 hours a year.
Yeah.
Diet Coke, yeah. Diet Coke and a double burger, you know, and fries with whatever.
Cheese.
Yeah. And what's their ice cream things?
Oh, the McFlurries.
Or what's the Culver's ones? What do they call those?
Oh, the concrete mixers.
Yeah. You get that with a Diet Coke. Delish. Little Snickers in there.
Well, you know, root beer floats. People do it with other soda. I never thought about doing it with a different kind of soda flavor.
What is with the Coke? Is it Black Cow? What is it called? Brown Cow? How now Brown Cow?
Yeah, what is a brown cow?
Is it Coca-Cola and...
What was it?
Well, we're going to have to look it up here. We'll look it up.
Stop it. I'm going to Google it right now.
Yeah, look it up real quick.
Because
people are yelling at their radios and their phones right now going,
I feel like Arby's used to have brown cows.
So you got root beer, which is your regular root beer float.
Root beer float, yeah.
Then you have, what else? I think there's a few things, right?
Oh, so brown cow can refer to 2 different drinks, a root beer float with chocolate ice cream.
Oh.
Or a cocktail made with coffee liqueur and milk.
Okay.
So I think the brown cow, it's root beer, but it has chocolate instead of vanilla in it.
So,
I always thought it was a different pop.
Well, yeah, what is it? Well, are there other ones? Are there other names for floats with different pops? Can you ask that?
Let me see. Oh, look at it, because here's how you make the drink brown cow. Smirnoff root beer, Godiva
Ooh.
chocolate liquor, milk, chocolate sauce, good quality vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, mint leaves for garnish.
Well,
That's-
not mints for you. Not mints
That's
for
the alcoholic. Okay.
Wow.
So soda. Because remember when we don't remember, but we know of the history of soda jerks, right? That would make you your soda.
Yes.
And I was reading that book, 11/22/63, and he goes into this diner and he gets a root beer and he's like, oh my God, it was so delicious. And he talks about, somebody got an orange float, somebody got a strawberry float. So an ice cream float, also known as an ice cream soda or spider, which I've never heard it called that, is a chilled drink made by combining ice cream and soda or flavored syrup and carbonated water.
Wow.
So what sodas are good for floats? Root beer and orange are classic choices, but many other flavors can also create delicious combinations. Other popular options include cherry cola, Dr. Pepper, and even cream soda.
Wow. Was that Google?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, Google.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now I want to float.
Yeah, I might have to make one when I get home.
I
got
think we
soda.
have vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of sparkling water. Would that be good with ice cream?
Ew. Listen. I know you like to be healthy, but there's
That's
just
where we draw the line.
some things you can't.
No.
You can't.
No way.
You got to have the classic.
All right, here's the breakdown.
Okay.
Red lights, 49 hours a year.
Sick.
Traffic, commutes, construction, 9 full days a year.
Ugh.
Turning lane lag, exactly what you were just talking about when they don't have
Yes.
the green arrow.
Yes.
What do you think? How many hours a year?
Fuck. I'm going to say 60.
30.
30. So I probably
you're
do
probably
60.
60.
Do 60.
You do 60. God, turning lane lag.
That is sick.
Gross. And then drive-thrus, 25 hours a year.
I probably don't do that much. I bring my lunch a lot.
I do that.
Yeah, you get coffee, though. I
Every
bring
freaking
every
stupid
morning. You know what? I've talked about Chobani Coffee Creamer. They should sponsor us.
They should.
I love Chobani Coffee Creamer. And if I go to Dunkin' or Starbucks, I'm like, man, I just want my black coffee with my Chobani coffee creamer in it. And white chocolate raspberry is my ultimate favorite. I like the white chocolate mocha. I like the cinnamon coffee cake is really good. They just came out with confetti birthday cake flavor.
Okay.
Excellent. So it's like, I think a tablespoon is a serving. I probably put in like a fourth of a cup.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Little
I like my sugar
coffee
flavored
with your cream.
coffee milk. But it's so delicious. And it's like, Starbucks does have some pretty good drinks. Oh, have you tried?
They're all starting to kind of taste the same.
Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
I know you like the oat milk shaken espresso, brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, right?
I do.
So I was like, ooh, horchata.
How is it?
Tastes just like the oat milk shaken espresso that we already get, the brown sugar one. Just letting y'all know now.
So they're like Bath and Body Works, where they
Correct.
just change the name.
They just rename it.
Darn it.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Because really, if you think about it, it's probably the same
It probably is.
ingredients,
Yeah.
similar at least. So
there's been a few times where I've gone through Starbucks and I said, hey, what is this one? And they tell me, it's 1 pump caramel, 2 pumps vanilla, or I'll ask for another one. It's 1 pump vanilla, 2 pumps. It's all the same.
it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same.
So
They just have
don't be
different
suckered
names.
in. Don't
Yeah.
be suckered in.
Well, now we have so many
Like me.
options of milks, right? We can do different milks. They have the cold foam. They have the sweet cream. They got, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
I guess really the toppings are probably what makes it different
yeah.
from each other.
True.
But yeah, I do like me a Starbucks. Ooh, they had that that cherry. What was that cherry one I was getting? It was cherry cold foam. Oh, that thing was freaking delicious. But me and my sister, we agreed. It was like a cherry milkshake, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, it was freaking good. But
So I think which again, we're the opposites.
yeah,
I cannot do raspberry, cherry.
No.
I like my coffee bitter.
yeah.
I like
Oh.
vanilla, a little bit of caramel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much a vanilla person.
Yeah.
If you put out gelato or ice cream, I'm probably gonna just do
Vanilla. Ew, I just
I
made
am very vanilla, I guess.
You.
Yeah.
Dude, if you have gelato, I'm like pistachio.
Yeah, even in
raspberry.
Italy. It was the cone for me. It was a chocolate-covered cone with vanilla. That's all I needed. It made me happy. Maybe I go crazy and get French vanilla. But how you like all the different flavors, like the raspberries and the cherries. Now, I like cherry coffee.
Yes.
Michigan cherry coffee.
We've talked about the Michigan cherry coffee.
You don't even have to put anything in it. Right. It is delicious. Your whole house smells like cherry.
Yes.
But I can't do the raspberries, the lavender. I don't know why. My taste buds can't handle it.
I've never tried lavender. Yeah.
Julia
in a
likes
drink.
it. Yeah. Or the green teas.
I don't do those either. The matchas. I've never had a matcha.
I had one this morning because they were out of the cold vanilla, cold brew, cold foam, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, this looks good, but I did not finish it.
No.
Couldn't do it.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good. Tastes like dirt, I hear.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do like the bitter with vanilla. I'm very simple, and I just do almond milk. But so while we were chatting about your amazing creamer, I looked up top healthy coffee creamers because I was watching, I think it's Bobby. Not Bobby Flay, but Bobby at Costco, where he tells you what's good or not, and you don't even realize what's in your food.
Oh, yes. I have seen him on TikTok.
Okay. Yes. And I think he's got a YouTube channel, maybe.
Yeah.
So Julia and Steve watch him all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to be like, oh, wow, I really am putting a lot of shit in my body in the morning.
Yeah.
And he was talking about International Delight. Actually, maybe it wasn't Bobby. Maybe it was someone else.
I don't like International Delight.
I do. But they started telling me all the different ingredients that were in there and what it actually means and what it does to your gut.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this could have been last night, actually.
You know what? I shouldn't say I don't like International Delight because I do like their holiday flavors.
I do too.
But just like a plain French vanilla or whatever, regular vanilla, I don't prefer those. I would take Coffee Mate.
Yeah.
I was a huge Coffee Mate fan.
They have like the rounder bottles.
Yes. And we would actually buy the powder. I used Coffee Mate powder.
I can still taste the flavor of the creamer of the Coffee Mate. It reminds me of church. Or like weddings or baby showers
or a cheap gas station where they only have that.
Or while you're traveling.
Yes.
It reminds me of a road trip.
Yeah.
You got your real strong dark coffee and then a little bit of the Coffee Made dry.
Yeah. Even Johnny would use that. And he drinks black coffee, and he would put a little bit of that in there every once in a while. And then I started making coffee creamer, right?
Oh, yeah.
With my heavy whipping cream and my condensed milk and my flavoring, and that was delicious. And then I got lazy, and I was like, let me try this Chobani. And I was like,
done.
I'm never going back.
Yeah.
I even got other people, like little kits, like my stepdaughter to make her own coffee creamer, because I was like, this is the life. You got to live it with me. And then I was like, yeah, I don't even do it anymore.
I love that.
I just buy it. So where does Chobani fall on healthy?
So, we're going to find out. Let's see if it's even in here. Let's see. I'm going to look real quick. Okay, so it's not. So,
dang.
I have to say this first one on here, I was not a fan. So it's unsweetened dairy-free creamer. It's nut pods. You can get them warm.
I tried it.
Can't do
Tried it. Didn't like it.
The reason why they say it's great, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners. It's dairy-free.
Yeah.
It's made with almond milk and coconut cream.
That's why I don't like it.
Couldn't do it.
You know what? Get out of here because I didn't taste coconut in none of that. You know what I mean?
No.
It must be like a little boop of coconut cream because there was no coconut
And I feel like I've tried all the flavors, original French vanilla, hazelnut, and pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
And the reason why I've tried all the flavors is because they go on clearance at the store by me here.
Yep.
And so I'm like, I'll just try it. I can't do
Terrible.
it. Can't
I
do
couldn't
it.
do that one
Pumpkin
either.
spice was okay, but couldn't do it. Califia? It's like California, but is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Califia Farms, maybe?
I
hope I'm saying that right. It's
Yeah.
almond milk creamer. Why it's great.
so.
Low sugar, plant-based, creamy texture.
Yeah.
It's always out by us.
I see a lot of commercials for it. I have never tried that one.
I feel like I've tried it once. Again, it's almond milk and coconut cream.
And I'm okay with almond milk, but I prefer oat milk. If I'm going to have a different milk than milk.
Yeah.
Or I would do heavy whipping cream, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's...
So, before our vacation, so it was in February and March, I was trying to go no sugar, no International Delight, and I was just doing the heavy whipping cream.
Yeah.
And I gained 6 pounds within 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's how much I like to put stuff in my coffee, even though I like bitter coffee.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
As soon as I stopped, Like the first week, it was like 2-3 pounds down.
Done.
Yeah, that's how much I was putting in there.
Yeah.
But I like it that way.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've been the same weight for about 8-10 years.
So I gotta try your Chobani then, right? Because it's like obviously you're doing something right then.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm doing it right. I'm maintaining.
I mean, that's doing it right. Jeez. So this one was on either the TikTok or the YouTube. Organic Valley, half and half. So that would be kind of right.
Yep.
Just cream and milk. It says no gums or weird stuff.
Yeah.
Best for folks who want dairy but keep it clean. So I might try that one.
I would yell at the neighbor because he'd be like, I'm out of half and half. I'm like, bro, just buy heavy whipping cream and milk.
Yeah.
It's literally half cream, half milk.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
So I'm addicted.
Why are you paying $6 for a small thing when you can get a big thing of heavy whipping cream and a gallon of milk and make it all week?
Yeah. Done. Yeah, for us it'd be like, and make it for 3 days.
Yeah.
This one's called Laird Superfood Creamer, I believe. It's Laird.
Never heard of it.
And this is all from ChatGPT. You can look it up yourself. Why it's great. Clean ingredients, no sugar. Maybe you could find that at Fresh Markets.
Oh, okay.
Maybe one of those.
Yeah.
And then So Delicious is another one. I've tried that.
I've seen it. I've never tried that.
It only comes in 2 flavors. It's original, which tastes like nothing to me.
Yeah.
And French vanilla, which tastes like nothing to me.
It tastes
so
like a
it's really
LaCroix.
hard to be healthy.
It's a LaCroix creamer.
Yeah.
It's got a hint.
So now I'm going to I want to know, because we talk about this a lot. We talk about driving a lot. Obviously, we talk about retail. That's why people are here. And we talk about coffee a lot.
Yeah.
So
we love coffee.
People drink coffee?
Oh, shit.
Right? You're going to guess. How many people drink coffee? And
in the world?
Let's quiz Cass, because it knows us on this
So
ChatGPT.
how many people drink coffee? What are my parameters?
All right, so globally, how many cups of coffee are consumed every day?
Oh my God.
Worldwide.
Globally? How many cups?
So obviously paid for, because there's a lot of free ones out there too. So this would probably this is how they would have to think high. This is not a 56-hour thing.
I'm thinking
high.
Like trillions.
A little bit lower than that.
Okay.
But yes, but it is pretty dramatic.
Billions. We're going to say billions. I'm going to say 600 billion.
Okay, 2 billion.
Oh.
But think about it.
That's a lot.
2 billion cups of coffee a day globally?
I can't, you know what?
Day.
You know what's hard for me is billion is such a big number. I can't fathom it.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I'm going billion, I'm going high.
It's the same.
Billions.
Billion's a billion, right?
A billion is so many millions.
Yeah.
Is it 100 millions? No, it's more than that.
No, you're right.
Is it 100 millions? God, it's such a big. I can't fathom that. Yeah, I don't know.
Move the count over.
I wasn't good at math. Okay.
Coffee is the second. No, you were right. Coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world. After which one you think?
Bananas.
Oil.
Dang. Yeah. Where does bananas?
I mean,
fall on that?
basically, coffee runs the world, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so percentage-wise now, this one surprises me after the billions cup of coffee a day. Only in the U.S. now, 50 states. Which percentage of Americans drink coffee every day? This one's not as high as I thought, but it's good, you know.
You know, Johnny is one of 8. Okay.
Okay.
And I think there's only like 3 of them that drink coffee. The rest either drink soda in the morning as their coffee or water.
Okay. All right, so you kind of can guess maybe
I'm going to say 35%.
So 66%.
Dang it. I'm cutting everything in half
It's
today.
okay.
It's either half or I have to double it.
Double it or yeah. So 66% of Americans drink coffee every day. That's roughly 172 million people reaching for a cup of coffee before a conversation is allowed, it says.
Oof. For real.
It's true.
It is.
It's true.
It is.
So at work, what percentage of U.S. workers say they function better with coffee? So we have 66%. Yeah, well, yes. We have 66% of Americans that drink coffee. Within that percentage, we got people that go to work.
Yeah.
So what percentage of those people that go to work say that they function better with coffee? I am one of them.
What percentage within the 66%?
Well, Well, so we're still talking out of
right.
100% of people that go to work and drink coffee.
Yeah.
What percentage of them say that they function better with it?
I'm going to say 99%.
79. Right there. Right there. It's all the same. Billions, trillions, 79, 99%. You're right.
Close. I was close.
You're always right in these quizzes.
Because I feel like some people are like, caffeine doesn't do anything for me. And it's like, I get you get used to it, but it's like, it definitely helps me stay awake while I'm driving to work in the morning.
Well, it's been a long time, but I was going to say I can tell if I don't have a cup in the morning.
Correct.
But I think that's been a really long time that I haven't had a cup. So I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah. I
and
agree.
then now this is a little bit lower, maybe. So about what percentage say, spit it out, Meredith, they physically cannot start the day without a cup of coffee?
It's a little bit less than the 79%.
Yeah, like out of all of that. So you got 79% of them say
I'm going to say
50%. 25%. Exactly half of everything you're saying. I love it. I love this. Exactly.
And she don't even have her glasses on.
You're
can't
correct.
even see the reflection of the computer.
I know. You're correct. So which shift drinks more coffee, you think?
Oh.
I know.
Because I bet third shifters drink a lot of coffee.
Maybe.
But I'm going to say first shift.
Definitely early shift workers.
Yeah.
Before 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Anybody that may start before 6 a.m. I'd be interested in the Red Bull people.
Ooh,
and
I am a Red Bull person, but I don't drink it like during the day.
We have a lot of people that remember Monsters used to be their Red Bull.
Shannon, let us know.
You know what? We got to do energy drink. Maybe she should. Maybe that's when she'll
Shannon,
come on.
You better come on this
we're gonna talk
dang
energy
podcast.
Drinks. So night shift or closing crew tend to double up later in the day, 6 p.m.
Okay.
3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
To get
I
them
can
going.
see that.
So.
Because they probably still have families to take care of, and then they got to go to work at 7 o'clock at night. So they're like, I better have some coffee so I can stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
I have a friend that lives in Iowa that drinks coffee, but it's always decaf. So she likes the taste of it.
See, I never understood drinking decaf unless it's late in the day.
Yeah.
Because coffee will, I'll come home from work and have a coffee. It'll keep me up later than usual. And sometimes I think coffee doesn't affect me that much, but that proves me wrong. Yeah. Right there. I'm tossing and turning and it's 9:30 at night and I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have had that coffee. So that's the only time I could see drinking decaf. I mean, unless you have heart issues or something, and you can't handle the caffeine. But yeah, I don't like coffee enough to do decaf.
Yeah.
I like my creamer. I would drink it straight from the jug. Chobani, sponsor us.
Yeah, please.
But I don't drink black coffee, so I'm not a fan of that.
Every once in a while. So Steve does half calf, or he does have some decaf because he sits down and works in our basement that is chilly.
Yeah.
So he just wants something to keep him warm at night.
Yeah.
And now that he can't really move around a lot with his arm, he's been drinking decaf at night just to have something down here. So every once in a while, maybe I'll have one instead of a sleepy time tea.
I love tea.
But I still think sometimes it keeps me up. I don't know what it is.
You know what? I do, and you probably...
a mental thing? I don't know.
You probably won't like this. What? I do fruit teas, like raspberry tea.
You're right. I won't.
And all I put in it is some honey. Ooh. So some fruit tea with some honey, and it's,
Yeah.
What
kind of fruit? Like peach, you mean?
You could do peach.
Oh, okay.
But, look at, the Celestial seasonings or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Celestial seasonings.
Is that what they're called? Yeah.
The tea?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit, I haven't looked at one of those boxes in a while.
And they have the sayings on...
Yeah, and there's a bear on the front getting ready for bed.
Aww.
But those ones, a lot of them, they have no caffeine. They're fruit ones, they have no caffeine. And obviously, they have sleepy time tea,
So they have celestial sayings. It's for dreamers, closers, and caffeine-fueled night owls.
Really?
I feel like when you said that, I feel like there's Catch and Release movie that he works for Celestial. I can't say it. Seasonings.
Celestial seasonings.
And so they say different things like written in the stars, fueled by coffee.
Yes.
The universe called. I let it go to voicemail. They have catch me aligning my vibe, not my schedule. They have fun stuff like that. That's fun.
I remember that. Yeah. These guys. Oh, wait. Why did I
It's
click
loading,
on that?
yeah.
Ugh. Here. Like this guy. It's an herbal tea fruit sampler.
Sampler.
Yeah. And so it has raspberry, peach, wild berry, zinger, blueberry, and black cherry.
Wow.
I like the ones that say zinger are good iced also.
Oh, is that why they're called zingers?
I don't know, but I feel like they taste better. Yeah. Country peach, passion, raspberry. See, the raspberry zinger I like. And these are all, I believe these are all caffeine free. I believe.
Wow.
So, anyways.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
haven't seen a box like that. I mean, I've seen a box like that, but.
I got a box of 50 count tea bags, and it's from Europe, and it's a raspberry one, and they're in the shape of pyramids, like Starbucks are. Yeah, I don't know if Starbucks uses that brand or if other brands do that.
Wow.
But I throw 2 of those bad boys in a big cup of hot water on a cold winter day when I get home from work. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
So it says if the celestial seasonings, I can't say that. I have to really think about it. If it was for our podcast, it would say Clopen Crew, up before the sun, out after the stars.
Oh, I love that.
Done. Do we need to have our own
Is
tea?
that what our episode is going to be called?
That's it. Up before the sun, out after the stars.
I love that.
Does it even make sense? Up
Yes,
before the sun.
because I am out after the stars. I love that so much.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Can we start asking it how we make millions of dollars, please?
Okay, yes. Yeah. How do we make millions of dollars with this podcast?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I'm going to say fun answers.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to give us, you need to share and
blah,
blah.
blah,
Ooh, yes,
blah.
let's manifest millions.
Yes.
We should sell do not engage name tags for everyone.
You better cut that out. Someone's going to steal our idea. I told you that one
for
guy.
retail workers who want to give customer service without giving actual service.
That one guy, he wears 3 different name tags. I still don't know what his name is. He
Oh,
walks around with 3 different
Mike,
name
Greg,
tags.
Dan, or whatever.
Something. He's got one
There's
on
always
his
a Mike,
hat.
right? There's always a Mike,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I don't know what the guy's name is. I'm too scared to ask him. Yeah.
Coffee collab called Clopen Roast. We've looked into that
We've
before.
looked into that.
And, you know, we can say that one because Clopen is a trademark.
Yeah.
No one can take it.
Yeah.
Although I did see someone online that has the name, so they
Stop
better be
it.
careful because our lawyer will send them a list.
Ooh.
Just kidding.
Ooh.
Charge celebrities to use our phrases.
Oh. Well, thank you for the phrase, Chat GPT.
Of we're basically famous. That is also trademarked.
Ooh.
And we're smart. We got a great lawyer. Let's see. It says the official Clopen planner. You can do color-coded with, like, nope days.
It'd be every Sunday for me.
Barely hanging on sections. Meetings that could have been an email. And pretend to be fine stickers. We're going to make some planners for everyone. I forgot what we were talking about. I'm like, what is it talking about?
Oh, my God. That is so funny.
How about we do a fake masterclass called How to Look Busy at Work?
I don't know if we could do that. I don't think we would be able to produce one of those.
Oh, this reminds me of the person that you were talking about in the
Yes.
store. It says Module 1, walk fast, look annoyed.
Yes. I told you, I just saw that person.
Yes.
And I go,
Where are you going?
I go, who was that person? They just walk around looking busy and they never get anything done.
You never see them doing anything.
Never get
They
anything
just
done.
walk around.
Yeah.
What are you walking around for?
Very important on the phone.
Very important.
Very important.
Module 2 would be carry a clipboard, speak in acronyms. I love that.
We need
There are
those
so many
TPI reports immediately.
The bonus track would be how to disappear for 12 minutes without getting caught.
Ooh, I bet I could do that.
Yeah.
I do like the freezer, though. Probably a lot of people wouldn't enjoy that.
Yeah. Oh,
Especially
this
today.
one's perfect. It says the limited edition, which it must hear you.
Yeah.
Mercury in retrograde again merch. Because you say that often.
Microwave and Mercury and microwave.
Yeah, something you always say stuff like that. The Mercury is.
It's when everyone
retrograding.
starts acting a fool. We used to call it a full moon. Now we think Mercury's and microwaves.
Mercury's.
Mercury's and
Celestial
retrograde.
Mercury's. I'm in trouble. It says monetize our emotional damage. Well, that's done. We already have memberships.
well.
So
And also, that's what anxiety makes me poop is
Yeah.
for.
It says brand collabs with anxiety makes me
go.
poop. Anxiety makes me poop times Tums because it's
Oh
retail.
my God.
Clopen times weighted blankets.
That could work.
Retail rage room times IKEA furniture that never
Oh
got
my
built.
gosh.
This is great.
It's so funny.
Just go viral for something unhinged like Cass cries in a Costco sample line. It always says funny things about you.
I'd be like, they ran out. They ran out of samples before I got up there.
It says, or Meredith rage quits on a Zoom call with jazz hands.
Shut up.
Okay, this is what it thinks I am.
No, but that would be pretty awesome.
Jazz
Jazz hands. You're like, fuck this place.
Yeah, we're done. Oh my gosh, that's all right.
Well,
So that's
you know
how
what?
we're gonna make our millions.
Yeah, and that's what we're both doing when we make our millions is we are rage quitting with jazz hands.
So I am going to Zazzle right now
Yes.
to make things that say stickers that say "Do not engage."
Yes.
We're doing it.
Okay.
All right, so go buy it. Because by the time people listen,
Yes.
except for our memberships, they'll hear it tonight, so it might take a minute. But
Ooh.
go to Zazzle,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have some stickers that say "Do not engage."
Perfect. Just slap one like on the side of your shirt, and you're like, oh yeah, wow, where'd that come from?
Yeah,
If you get yelled at by the boss,
we're doing it.
amazing.
You think we'd get in trouble?
Just cover right over your whole name. I love it. No, what are
Awesome.
we gonna get in trouble for?
I'm not wearing it. I just built
I'm
it.
not. Yeah. I mean, I might
I
slap
might.
one on my ass because I look
What
at
if you
people's
just put it
butts.
on like your purse or your backpack?
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
think we're gonna start some trouble? Maybe.
Do we care?
All right. No. Thanks for listening.
All right, see you guys.
See you next week. Talk to you next
Bye.
week. Maybe we'll see you. I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe. Again.
if we like you.